Hey, what's going on, everyone? How are you? Welcome back to your Manifest That Shit Live. Today, we're going to be talking about the number one money belief that is blocking you. So, I am just going to get my live all ready. So if you are live, say hi in the comments. Tell me where you are tuning in from. I want to see that my comments show up live. Okay. I can't see the comments on here, but I believe they are over here. Okay. What is going on? Okay. So the number one money belief that may be blocking you. Okay. It may be blocking you, it may be keeping you broke, it may be keeping you stuck, or maybe it is constantly making you chase more, right? So if you have ever felt that you work so hard, but you're living still paycheck to paycheck, it's like I'm doing everything I can and I'm still freaking broke. Or every time you get ahead, something knocks you back down, right? You take two steps up and you take you take one step forward and then two steps back. Is that what this says? So every time that you just get ahead, something else happens, which brings you right back down. Or you see other people making more, right? More money than you, maybe even doing the exact same thing. And you wonder, like, what the hell am I doing wrong? Okay. The good thing is that it's probably not your effort. Now, it might be your effort, right? But if you're like, no, like I'm showing up, I'm doing the things, I'm doing the work, I'm doing what I'm supposed to, it may not be your effort and it may not, it's not your hustle, right? It's the belief underneath all of it. So today we're going to name it, we're going to shift it. So the belief is the number one money belief that is blocking you is that you may believe, maybe you can relate to this, I have to work hard for my money, right? That's your belief. I have to work hard for my money. So if you have ever said, money doesn't grow on trees, I have to earn every dollar, like I have to earn my money. Uh, Money doesn't come easy, and if it does, it's somewhat of a scam. Or if you have ever felt guilty for making money from something that you love, like this feels too easy, like maybe I shouldn't charge this much, right? That's this belief in action. So here's what it looks like in your real life if you're an entrepreneur like me, right? If you're an entrepreneur, here's some examples. You undercharge because you're not working enough hours to deserve more, right? You're like, well, I'm only working for 3 hours a day and I don't deserve to make all of this money because I'm only working a little bit. Other people go and work for 8 hours a day. Or you over deliver and then you stuff all your offers with so many bonuses so you feel worthy of your price, where you're like, it's $1,000 for an example and you get all of this, right? Or you avoid raising your prices because you think that people won't pay you unless you do more, unless you add in all that stuff, right? Or you take on clients, you take on jobs, right? That you hate or that don't really align with you because you need the money, even though it drains you. You're just like, I have to do it, but it really, really drains you, right? So when you do make money easily, it feels really uncomfortable. And then you subconsciously push it away. So the way that you throw it away is that you blow it on stuff that you don't need. So you go on this like shopping craze, right? Of like just spending. You suddenly owe an unexpected bill, right? So kind of like what I talked about yesterday on our live. You forget to bill clients, right? It's not a fluke. It's your subconscious matching the belief that money only comes in when you work really hard, because your number one money belief is that I have to work really, really hard for my money. So, with you believing this, this is what keeps you stuck. When you're wired with, I have to work hard for money, then anything that feels easy feels wrong or unsafe. And you literally won't let yourself receive unless you have earned it with struggle. Does that make sense? You literally won't let yourself receive more unless you've earned it with struggle. So you have worked so hard for it and you're like, okay. So for an example, my client told me, Karen, I've never made more than $4,000 a month, no matter what I do. And when we dug deeper, she realized that her parents praised her for being such a hard worker. So unless she was exhausted, she didn't feel like she deserved more. Does that make sense? Once we shifted that, her first 8K month within the first 60 days without adding any more hours. So she didn't work more. We actually took off a little bit less of what she was doing. So she actually worked a little bit less and made double of what she made in less than 60 days, right? Money doesn't reward struggle, it rewards value, right? Money flows through value, not effort. It's the value that people pay for, not your effort. Okay. So a woman making 10K a month isn't necessarily harder or isn't necessarily working harder than the woman beside her making 2K a month. And she's offering more value or she's allowing more receiving. So the 10K women. So the 10K and the 2K, right? They're literally nobody's working harder. The 10K woman isn't working harder than her down here making 2. She's literally just offering more value and allowing more receiving because she's like, I'm giving my value, so I'm going to receive more. So an example, think about Oprah. She's not running around doing every job herself. She's Oprah, right? She's not hustling 18 hours a day. And I don't think she hustled 18 hours a day back in the day. I read her book, and that's not what happened. She's paid because of the energy, because of her leadership and the value that she creates, not because she worked harder than the next woman. It's because she's paid of the energy, the leadership, and the value that she creates. Okay. So influencers who are making a lot of money by posting content that they love, they're not grinding at 9 to 5 jobs, but their value is being seen and compensated. Okay. So, how do we start shifting this belief today? So, I want you to pause and ask yourself 3 questions. Where am I making things harder than they need to be? Okay. Where am I undervaluing myself because it just feels too easy? Whatever it is that you're doing. And what's one way I can allow money to come easier to me? What's one way that you can allow receiving a little bit more, right? So, examples, you could raise your price by 50 bucks. You could post an offer. Still staying on the thing, if we're an entrepreneur, post an offer, even if it's not perfect. Just post it. You can say yes to an opportunity. Excuse me. You can say yes to an opportunity you would normally not kind of look at, right? Because you're like, that's just too easy. And you can let yourself rest without guilt. You're allowed to rest and not feel guilty. I will tell you that made that I felt that for a very long time of like, I can't rest without feeling guilty because I always have to be doing something because money only comes to me when I work. And I know that that's actually not the truth because the woman who's making 10K over here is not working 5 times harder than the one that's making 2. She's just allowing 5 times more of that receiving. Okay. So this is why we do the subconscious programming every day. You can't just logic yourself out of this belief. And it's especially since if it's been running with you since you've been a kid, right? Because that's what happens is that we grow up in a uh, subconsciously carrying those silly beliefs that we heard our parents talk about. So, especially if it's about money, saying that, you want a job, you've got to go work for it. You want money, you've got to go work for it, which, yes, absolutely, you need to work for it, but you need to do more of aligned actions towards it, not so much work your ass off. Because when you feel like you only make money by working very, very hard, that's when that's when you're that's when you literally need to rewire those patterns in your subconscious. Okay? Because if you don't shift those subconscious programs and you don't rewiring, you will create the same financial ceiling, that glass ceiling, that one where you get up there and you can't go, no matter what strategy you try, no matter what business you join, no matter any of it. Okay? um, Inside manifest that shit society, which is my manifestation membership, um, for manifestation for beginners. Hold on, let me show you right here. Here we is. Um, it's only $29 per month. And we teach you how to reprogram, especially through dream scripts. So our dream scripts are nightly audios that you literally, when you're ready to go to sleep, you put the headphones in your ear and you literally fall asleep to these, and they reprogram your subconscious. Okay. So I want you to remember that, if this is like, you're like, yeah, wow, this like really hit home. It's not your fault. It's the programming that you picked up along the way. Okay. So let us help you clear those beliefs, clear those programming that you've brought with you, rewire your mind, and then help you receive more without the struggle. Like, I have a friend who makes a shit ton of money, and she works about 3 hours a day, and she watches about an hour episode of her show, whatever, on Netflix. She reads about an hour of a day. And she also has a toddler. Yeah, all of it. Now, did she work very hard in the beginning? Yes, she did. But she didn't get to, she never got to the success that she's at now, doing way less, relaxing than she does now than where she was. You know what I mean? So she had success, and then she understood all of this, did the work, and kind of like leaned back a little bit. And then she literally went like way higher in success than she was when she was like pounding the pavement. So definitely, if you can reprogram that, you will start to clear all those beliefs, and boom. So, Manifest That Shit Society, my manifestation community for beginners. It's only $29 a month. You get weekly coaching calls, monthly challenges. You get access to the dream scripts. Inside right now, my manifest $1,000 in 30 days, which is usually $100. It is free inside of there. I will pin it to the comments in the video. Or if you go to manifesther.ca, you will see the link in there. So if you go to manifesther.ca, you'll be able to see that and just click it and join our community. So that is it, my friends. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. And if you have any questions, pop them in the comments, and hopefully I'll get a notification for them and I will answer them back. So anyways, have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. So depending on when you're watching this, today's Thursday, I will see you Friday for our Friday Manifest That Shit Live. Ciao.